Welcome back to the Milwaukee Show, and yes, I know, once again, we are talking about the wild card race that's going on, and yes, I know, that's all I ever talk about now, because I'm an uncreative guy and an idiot and that's stuck in a rut. I'm not really, I'm pretty out. Anyway, so things are looking okay for the Western teams that are going on right here. So over in the East, East and West here, so over in the East, it's a big race as well, but I feel like the top teams over in the East are kind of the ones that are going to make it in. I feel like it's a longer shot for, like the Sabres definitely have a path to success, but it seems it's more out there. But over here in the West, I feel like it really is all up for grabs for who can make it in at this point. I mean, the top team to the last team here that are still in contention is only divided by 6 points. That's only 3 wins. So let's take a look at it. So the Seattle Kraken leading the way. They've been up there in the longest time. I didn't think they were even threatened to maybe be knocked out, but I'm definitely thinking that this could be a scary time coming here towards the end of the season. Now, I definitely don't think they're in a bad, spot, but I definitely think they do need to stay focused and vigilant on what's coming. And even though their path ahead might seem a little bit safe looking at the team that they're going to have to play 3 times here in the final 7, but they do have 7 games left, which is more than Calgary and the Jets, who are the teams following right behind them with 1 point and 3 points behind. So the Jets 89, Calgary 87, Nashville 84. So the Seattle pretty safe there. They've been up there the whole year. They've been in contention for top 3 in the Pacific, but they've kind of recently dropped out of that race behind by 9 points behind the Edmonton Oilers. Not likely for them to get back in the playoffs in that top 3 spot. And they're playing one of the top seeds in one of the 2 Western divisions. But with 7 games remaining, their path seems pretty easy, though, which I think really cements them that they're going to be safe here. Playing Arizona 3 times in the final 7, which seems like a really good thing. But here's the thing. At Mullet Arena, which I do believe 2 out of the 3 times they'll be playing, the Coyotes have an absolutely insane record there with I might be changed now, but last time I checked it was 24-2 or something at home, or it wasn't that close. It was something. It was a really good record. It was they had the same record as the Oilers at their home record. So at Mullet Arena is a scary time. And Seattle, I don't think those 2 teams have even played each other yet. 3 times, that's the amount for a different divisions team. The most, I mean. So they have no idea. Maybe Arizona is like a foil to the Seattle Kraken. Every team has the one team. I can tell you right now, the Sharks, I think watching them for the longest time, certain teams just have their number. I remember the Flames, the Hurricanes, and the Jets. Every time I watch them, I know they just recently beat the Jets, but some teams just have a foil that they just kill that team. They just don't have any hope. It's weird. And who knows? Maybe that's the Arizona Coyotes here with the Kraken. Unlikely. Those should be 3 wins for the Kraken, but you never know. So that could be 3 losses right there. Just saying. Just throwing out some ideas out there. Vancouver, too. Vancouver's kind of been pretty good since the months of March, so they've been on a roll lately, so they're not a team to laugh at, really. Then Chicago should be an easy win no matter what, but then Vegas twice, so you never know. Vancouver's been hot. Chicago should be run over, but Arizona and those 2 games against Vegas, those are 5 games, 6 games, I'm an idiot, right there that could easily be a real challenge for the Seattle Kraken. So the Kraken might be held not that far above 90 points coming towards the end of the season. And then the Winnipeg Jets. So they're 5-5 and 0 in their last 10 with 89 points. They're on a 2-game winning streak, beating Detroit 6-2 and the New Jersey Devils 6-1, which I forgot to mention that the LA Kings, the Kraken, did just lose to 1-3, which isn't very good because that's a team they could very much end up playing in the first round, or at least if they make it to the second round, they could be playing. So not looking good there. But in Vegas could be the team they end up playing in the first round as well. So just an interesting there. But the Winnipeg Jets, their road ahead, they have 2 less games against the Seattle Kraken, and it is a tougher route in my eyes. I mean, definitely with Calgary, Nashville. So those 2 teams, the 2 teams right behind them trying to beat them in the standings to make the playoffs, and Minnesota and Colorado. So they're playing 2 teams that are trying to beat them, actually beat them, not just in games, but in the standings, then San Jose could be a pushover, and then Minnesota and Colorado, 2 top teams. So Winnipeg's definitely got a tough path ahead of them, but they did just beat the Devils, a team that is a certified contending team, 6-1. So obviously big teams is not a big deal to them, at least here at the final couple games. And Winnipeg, hard route ahead, but they're in a good spot. They're only 2 points, though, above the Calgary Flames, who are right outside of it. 87 points, only 3 points behind the Kraken here. 6-2-2 in their last 10. So the Flames on fire right now. You get it. And with 5 games left, so they have 2 less as the Kraken do, and the same amount as the Winnipeg Jets. So the Jets and the Flames have the same amount of games left, and the Flames, though, definitely have an easier path as well. So they're already on fire right now, beating Vancouver and Anaheim 5-4, both those games, 5-4 both those games, and they play Chicago, so that should be another run over, so they can go on a 3-game winning streak coming up, as well as against Winnipeg, which that fire, they are going to be on fire right there. Winnipeg could get the Jets could be lit on fire, which is not good for a plane, just in case you're ever on a plane. Fire's not good for a plane. Anyways, Calgary, so Winnipeg, Vancouver, Nashville, San Jose. So out of their 5 remaining games, 3 of those are pretty good. 3 wins there puts them above the Kraken, and the Kraken, those they should be held on. But Winnipeg and Calgary, that is tough as a Winnipeg fan, because you have to kind of like be on the edge of your seat and like close your eyes like this and like just look through your fingers, because Calgary's got an easy path. Winnipeg's got a much tougher path than them, and Flames are on fire right now, and Winnipeg's literally at 500, so it could go either way there. But Nashville, though, Nashville might look like a sleeper with 84 points, but they have those 2 games in hand against those 2 teams. If they win those 2 games, which Dallas and Vegas already, that's a pretty tough 2 games to have in hand. But against Dallas and Vegas, who knows? Maybe Nashville has their number. They had St. Louis's number 6-1. 7 games left. They're 4-5-1 though, so they're not the hottest team right now. But overall, Nashville's road is probably the toughest out of all the teams on the board here. Dallas, Vegas, Carolina, Winnipeg, Calgary, Minnesota, Colorado. They have no breaks. They have no rest. No rest stops the entire length of the season. Every team, Dallas, playoff, Vegas, playoff, Carolina, playoff, Winnipeg, in the playoffs, the team they need to beat. Calgary, the other team they need to beat. Minnesota, Colorado, both playoff teams. Absolutely tough route for the Nashville Predators. So, and with those injuries that they have to their lineup right now, that's a very tough path for the Nashville Predators. It's a tough one. But if they get those 2 wins, Vegas and Dallas teams, I feel like towards the end, Dallas is looking a little shaky towards the end here. Vegas, with Mark Stone injured, you never know. Nashville's guys can maybe step up to the plate, and UC Stars could help hatch down whatever the hell, and they could hang on to those 2 wins. They get those 2 wins right there that they have. That puts them up 4 points, 88. They're above the Flames, 1 point behind Winnipeg. So it's an interesting route. So right here, as I'm looking at it, I think the Kraken are going to make it in. Even if Arizona has their number, you got to think they get at least 1 win. Vancouver, I think they're going to get the win there. Chicago, that's a win. That's 3 wins at least out of those, and that's not even saying that they beat Arizona all 3 times. So 3 wins there for them out of those ones. Vegas, you got to think that they get at least 1 win against the Vegas Golden Knights. So Seattle, I think, is going to have a pretty safe route towards the playoffs, making at least the first wild card spot. When it comes to the second spot, though, Winnipeg's kind of not that hard as a route as having the tougher route than the Calgary Flames. It makes me wonder, I don't know if Winnipeg can hang on to that spot. The Flames are on fire right now, and they're looking good. I just don't. I want the Jets to make it in. If I was to pick between the 2 that I wanted, I would pick the Jets. But the Flames, they're just looking too good that I can't really write them off. Nashville, I just don't think they're going to be able to overcome it, and I think they're going to get left out to dry. So I think it's going to end up being Seattle and Calgary, which is a surprise to me because I had no. But I will say, it is a shame Calgary at this point in this season with all their moves in the offseason. They're still awful. I think Calgary, if they make it in, they have no chance of getting past the first round. If Winnipeg does, I do see them having at least a good fight against a team like Minnesota or Vegas. But Calgary's going to get absolutely stomped on. So if you want a more thrilling matchup, I think Winnipeg would be the better team to actually have a chance to win. And Calgary, I think if they got in, they're not a playoff team. They never have been, even with their old core. They'll get absolutely stomped. So my pick is Seattle, and then Calgary I think is most likely going to make it, but I'd prefer it to be Winnipeg, and Nashville has no chance. So that is all I have to say. So thank you so much for watching this, and until next time, I mean, if you made it this far, you may as well pick up your free subscription now. I mean, what are you waiting for? Go down there and pick it up, please, with that red subscribe button. And until next time, I have been your hat-wearing host, Too Sweet, and ta-ta for now.